Okay, so it's live on the YouTube world. So I will check Facebook land.
Did you set it up on the business page or the
Facebook? I set it up normally like I did last time, wrong way because I didn't have time. Okay, it is working. I didn't have time to go through all of the extra steps to make the comment section work. But it looks like I'm freezing on Facebook. I think it's my internet on my side. I've got like 1 bar of signal for some reason. So if it freezes and goes down on Facebook land, sorry.
We haven't had.
It's been one of those days.
Difficulties in a while, so we're due. We're due.
Yep, we're due for some technical difficulties around here. Hope everyone's having an amazing Monday. Not sure how that's even possible. I actually didn't have that bad of a day. It just, I don't know. It was a Monday.
Yeah.
I've been trying to clean around my shop. And it's hard to continue working while cleaning. The wind is whipping in Indiana. It actually really is. Well, it's not whipping too bright now, but there was like a wind warning for later this evening, so we'll see. I don't
know. Flying corn stalks is the warning.
Yeah. I mean, it's about time for farmers to start getting out in the fields and tilling and doing all kinds of crap. It's still a little wet, though. It rained like all week last week. Super suckage.
Yeah, I got sunburnt yesterday, kind of.
Yeah.
It's been sunny.
So you were at Circuit of the Americas watching some racing and taking pictures and...
Yeah, race car stuff. So they have like the time attack stuff yesterday, so it was pretty cool. They kind of open up the whole venue so you can kind of walk around and explore, walk through the pits, like with respect around people's tools. Like it's kind of too open. Like I'd be uneasy if I had like the McLaren GT3 car they had there had like carbon rotors on the ground and stuff. And you're like, wow, people are like walking around this. Yeah, I'd be nervous, but it's fun.
Super fancy, super expensive stuff with just random people walking around it.
Yeah. You got people going through brakes on a $1 million car every lap outing, and you're like, how much is that rotor that you just wasted in one? Like, you think time attack, like, man, I could probably afford that. Then you're like, wait, $3,000 rotors per rotor and pads for 10 minutes. You're like, maybe that's not the hobby I need.
That's rich man stuff. That's not for me.
It's a cash burn, man.
Listened to my chainsaw for a couple hours and then went crawling. Not a bad Monday. That doesn't sound like a bad Monday.
Nah, I'm pretty good.
That Datsun was sick. I thought the gazebo and deck was going to come off yesterday here in New Jersey after the 3 seasons happening, rain, snow, and sun all day. All in one day, yeah. It did that like last weekend or the weekend before that here. Like it was 70 something, and then it snowed the next day, and then it was warm again. Yeah, I'm freezing on Facebook. Sorry about my internet, everybody. Tim, what's up? Almost done with the front line. Got to paint the body. Nice. Tim got his hardcore RC links for the front line the other day.
if you make it, people will build it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hopefully Vanquish gets the stubby kits back in stock pretty soon.
Oh, okay.
Kind of hard
Kind
to
of rough.
build something that requires a stubby kit when the
Yeah,
manufacturer does not have stubby kits.
yeah. Uh, Shoot, what else is new? What'd you get into this weekend?
This weekend, not a whole lot, man. I've got a sick munchkin at the house, and that always takes up extra time. So just
Yeah,
kind of hung out around the house and took care of him, and not a whole lot else happened.
yeah. The time changed. I'm
That it
I'm
did.
fairly messed up today off of that because I'm naturally like a night owl. Stay up late, so I was like, oh, I work tomorrow. I'll go to bed kind of early. My body was like, dude, it's 10 o'clock. What are you doing? So
Yeah.
I probably didn't get to sleep
So
till like 1:30. It was pretty nice.
yeah. So the most annoying part about it is like my son gets on the bus at like 7:15 in the morning. Well, it was just getting to the point where it was light enough outside that you could see. Now the sunrise is like 8:05 or 8:10, and the kid gets on the bus at 7:15. So it's like, and then it's just now starting to get a little dark outside, and my wife's putting him to bed right now. So like, he's still got light coming in his bedroom window, and we're trying to put him to bed. Meanwhile, it's still dark an hour after he gets on the school bus.
Yeah. I'm the opposite opinion. I could use an extra hour of daylight in the
Yeah,
afternoon because
that
we're driving to work.
yeah, like having an extra hour of daylight in the evening is nice,
But on
except when you're
your
trying to put a 7-year-old to bed.
yeah, to go with your argument, there's all the kids in my apartment complex go to the front. So you have all
Yeah,
these kids walking through the apartment parking
yeah,
lot in the morning while I'm trying to go to work. Kind of
yeah.
sketchy. So yeah.
We have 3 points in our neighborhood that the kids have to meet and to go to the bus. So kids do walk still in my neighborhood as well. Uh, been a couple days since I've seen someone ask when the kid is going to be in stock. Yeah, Josh told me hopefully this month is the best I could get. So you think with all that brazen money you'd get better internet? I've got the best internet I can get around here, unfortunately.
They just installed Google Fiber in the building. I don't know if I'll get Google Fiber. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to see the prices.
I don't know. So we were planning on doing about an hour tonight instead of 2 hours. The time change has us both a little.
I when I was texting you earlier about it, I looked in the mirror. I'm pretty sure my eyes. I probably look stoned, to be honest. I'm so tired.
Yeah.
I'm
That
deep in
between that and I'm hoping I'm not getting sick from my child, but might be. So
all
I had
those
that argument
school
with the
flu.
3-year-old last night about I know it doesn't feel like it, but it's bedtime. Yeah, you're trying to put them to bed an hour before they think they're supposed to go to bed.
It's like you change the clocks. No.
Uh, have that look a lot. Same.
What up, Salt Pond?
Yeah. I don't see. I don't see any comments coming in on Facebook side on my phone. I don't know if it's even working, if I'm honest.
I just have YouTube up. What
Yeah,
is Facebook? What is this?
right. I chopped the Mojave 2 this weekend for the new mullet build. So far, so good. I do not like chopping bodies. It's one of my least favorite things. Cutting bodies and painting are my two least favorite things.
That's been all I've been doing lately. Regrettably.
Yeah.
Oh man, so the apartment I'm at, they don't have a package locker, and the USPS left notes in our like mailroom saying if the package doesn't fit in this little locker, they return it to sender. So I had like I had like 4 packages. I checked the tracking and it just said return to sender. It was scanned at the post office and then returned to sender right away. So I had like the body filler ordered for that GX
Like,
body gone. Yeah, they just
like
send
that
it.
can't be.
I know. So you know what they said? They said I have to download this Fetch app and it goes to a secondary carrier and they'll bring it to my apartment door at a time that I request. And I'm like, why am I paying shipping? Because it's a service you got to pay for. I'm like, I'm never using USPS and don't ship anything here USPS for the love of God.
That's crazy. That
I went
can't
to
that
the
can't be that can't be like a thing, can it? That can't
I,
actually be the way it is.
I went to the hub and they said they're not holding any packages that go to this address at that hub. They just send it right back to sender. It's kind of crazy. I was kind of something I've been going through the past like 2 3 weeks because I'll get tracking info and I say it's a USPS and I'm like, oh, here we go, and then I follow the tracking and it immediately says return to sender. I was like, cool. That's awesome.
That's insane.
Yeah, it's not ideal.
I can't think of a way that is actually how that should be.
Yeah,
Like
I
that is your
had
apartment complex just being ridiculous. That's your
to,
apartment complex being pissed at all these people ordering too much Amazon crap and then waiting
well,
3 or 4 days to come get it from the office.
the no, the Amazon stuff will come to my door. It's just the USPS.
If it's shipped by Amazon,
Yeah, yeah,
but if it's
yeah. If
shipped
it's shipped by
USPS,
Amazon, yeah. No, this is
yeah,
stuff I've been having to look at when I order stuff now, or I just have it shipped to an Amazon locker because
yeah.
there's like a big locker at a 7-Eleven down the road. But yeah, it's been pretty annoying. One of the items was a like the body filler glaze that Turks and Jerks recommended. It has
Yeah.
a hazmat cannot be returned to sender on it, but it got delivered USPS. I checked the tracking religiously because I was like, here we go. They said it was delivered, and I know it wasn't delivered. So they're like, it can't be returned, so they just mark it as delivered. It's like a whole thing right now. I think there's some like battle with this apartment complex and USPS.
There has to be.
It's
Like
kind of
when I
wild.
first moved into my shop here, the first time the mailman came to bring something, he's like, "Where's your mailbox?" I'm like, "I don't have a mailbox." If you need a mailbox, I'm like, "The other two businesses in this same building don't have mailboxes. What do you mean I have to have a mailbox?" He goes, "You have to put a mailbox out front." I'm like, "I literally can't. The city will not allow me to put a mailbox on the highway.
Kind
Like,
of all
I can't."
concrete, right?
Yeah. I'm like, and the other two businesses don't have a mailbox. He's like, you have to have a mailbox. I'm like, no, you're just old. Don't want to get out of your damn truck, is what it is. You get out of your truck to go into both these other two places every single day. I get mail
Yeah.
once a week. You can come inside, or you can sit out there and honk your horn. I'll come out and get it. I don't care.
Yeah.
But that was like 7 years ago, and has ever said anything about needing a mailbox since then.
So weird. I don't know. I'm not a fan of USPS.
No.
I hate giving them my money for international orders.
Yeah. That's international orders is terrible. I just sent one the other day. It was $36 to like New Zealand or something.
Yeah.
I'm having to rebuild my C1 because I didn't get my links, but Tim got his. Tim is YouTube famous.
He puts in the little
I
packing
did.
notes. I have a YouTube channel.
Yeah,
So he
I
gets it
did
one
work
day
on one
faster.
thing. I did work on one thing today while I was cleaning, while the mill was running, making skid plates for some other company. I got the aluminum metal masher back out of the bins because, as you remember, I had to tear it apart because we had a customer that was really, really, really adamant that he needed a leaf spring bracket brace set, and we didn't have any, so I tore my truck apart. I took the patinaed C1 Trail rail set off of it and took the brace kit off, the patinaed brace kit off, and sold it to the customer. And then I decided I was going to put a C1 Pro underneath this truck. So, but unfortunately, with the way the C1 Trail brace kit is at the back of the chassis, it sticks off like an inch behind the back of the chassis. So I have to extend. I have to make the C1 Pro chassis longer to match what that brace kit would have been. But then also that allows me to put a forward motor mount in it and a transfer case in it, which is going to allow me to build a better interior in it. So like I'm not upset that I'm having to do the work, but like I have to do the work. And also I stole the axles out of it for the front line. So I'm going to have to do something about axles. Because I, as crazy as it is, don't have an extra set of axles kicking around here.
That reminds me, I need a rear axle. Did you say you had a portal by chance? Or you have a straight?
I don't have anything anymore.
Oh.
I don't think. One thing I did do, and I do still have, I have a set of TRX4 portals with overdrive, underdrive in them. They've been on the website in the garage sale section for like 6 months now. My camera just went black. I lowered the price to $100. If someone isn't willing to pay $100 for a pair of TRX4 axles with over and under Traxxas branded over under gears in them, I'm gonna literally throw them away. If they're not worth $100,
don't throw them away. Tim, shoot me a price. I'll buy a new one, but if someone has, it's gonna go under a light duty model truck anyway.
Yeah. Sent out a box of Hot Wheels and shipping was 4x the car's cost. Yeah, anything going to Canada, any like chassis size box going to Canada is $25 or more.
Yeah.
A minimum of $22. But that one to New Zealand last week was like $35 or $37 for one package to ship. It makes me really wish we weren't doing international shipping still.
Taking the jingle bells off this man.
Yeah.
I was like, Santa Claus just got here.
Finally got back to West Vancouver job and picked up my chassis. Nice, glad that you have them now. I did do something the other day. I posted one of the Vanquish groups that the Vanquish chassis were in stock. And one person commented saying they needed brazen stickers with their order, and I was like, bro, the header card is the stickers. Like, there's 9 brazen stickers included with every order, plus the other little sticker sheet that I send that has like the hardline, frontline, and flatline stickers on them. He's like, I got that one, but I didn't know the other sticker sheet, the header is a sticker sheet. So I just mailed him like 4 or 5 of them. He got them today, and he messaged me. He's like, dude, you didn't have to send me stickers. So he didn't get them, so I said.
I haven't even been making them as like header cards to staple. I've just been sliding them straight in.
Yeah.
Unless they're for like events, then I'll do them upright. But
Yeah. Schumann's watching. What's up, fellas? What's going on, Chris? I have a ton of axles and trucks, almost all Vanquish. I'm going to go through and sell most of cheap. I've got a lot of things that I should probably. I was actually talking to my wife about that earlier. I've been cleaning while I'm working, and part of cleaning while I'm working involved me pulling out all of my bins of parts and opening every bin of parts along an entire workbench and just picking up parts and stuff off of benches and tables and walking by the bins and just dropping shit in bins, their respective bins that it's supposed to be in. But when I got done, there were 3 of the bins that I couldn't put the lid back on. So I had 3 more bins out and half them, which is going to annoy me if there are electronics in 2 different bins. Like, now that I'm thinking about it, I should have a box for servos and a box for motors and a box for speed controls, but they were all in a box, right? So I separated the powertrain, servos, motors, and ESCs from the general like wiring and wire loom and connectors and stuff like that, so that they would fit in the boxes. But like wheels, I have 3 bins of wheels. I should probably narrow that down.
yeah. You buy in bulk, I guess.
No, I just have 10 years of crap.
Man, electronics, man, maybe 4 years will be at max.
A lot of the stuff that was in the bins was like RTR takeout electronics that I just can't bring myself to throw away because like they still work. There's a bunch of like those little, like the Hobby Wing 1080,
I have no
style
soul in the trash. I have no soul.
Yeah.
Actually, I take that back. I don't have too many RTR. I don't think the last RTR I think I bought. What was that? Maybe like 2016. I don't know.
Yeah, the last RTR.
I found a bunch of those blue Savox servos.
Oh yeah,
trash, dude. I don't know.
The last RTR I bought was the Falcon, or the Fordyce, Vanquish Fordyce. But it's still got all the factory electronics in it. But like the 18 scale Capra and the I've got the 18 scale Capra. I think was the last RTR I tore apart. But yeah. Anyway, I need to go through my bins and get rid of a bunch of stuff that most of it probably isn't even valuable at this point. It's one of those like you're stuck in your own brain, like I gotta throw this away, and then the other side's like, no, don't throw it away. You might need that. It's like, no, I know when you're gonna need it is the day after you throw it away. Just back and forth in your own head.
Yeah, I was looking for. I knew I had like
favorite TR Capra. You're a liar,
Zach. I was looking for some ESC to run. I was digging through and I came across this and I was like, score.
That's a good score in a parts bin.
Yeah. I was like, man, I thought I had one, but I don't know.
That's an $80 score in a parts bin.
Yeah. The last one I was trying to find, the last one I had to solder all the stuff on it, so you couldn't even get the one ready to go.
Yeah. One of the things that I really need to go through is I've got 3 bins full of like parts trees. that like it might just have a steering wheel on it that I might use never. So I need to like clip the steering wheel off and throw it in the bin and get rid of the part tree. Or
You're
like
gonna
there
you're gonna
was
go through that
there was
stuff. You're gonna
at
have
least
2 bins. You're not gonna have.
there was at least 3 parts trees that I picked up off of my workbench that I'm 100% positive I saved for one reason and one reason only. And because they have the little plastic flag things for your body clips on them. Because if you deal with a Fordyce or a Phoenix or an SCX6, anything with hidden body clips on the bottom, having those little flags is nice. But I know for a fact that I kept those 3 parts trees just for those 12 clips. I should just pop them off of there, put them on body clips, and put them in a bin somewhere else.
Bins on bins.
Yeah, bins on bins on bins.
Bins inside bins, under bins, also on top of bins.
There's like 25 feet of workbench, and it was completely covered in bins of parts earlier today.
I feel like a hoarder that I have duct tape, a vinyl tool, and sandpaper right here.
We're not going to do that. I've got a Bud Light can lid.
There's
And
like enough
some
space around you just so you can move your arms slightly.
some nuts and bolts for sway bar links on my Jeep. An ambush.
You found that under a bin.
Phone mount. Receipt for the nuts and bolts in case they're the wrong size. A different bag of bolts and nuts.
We've only got an
something
hour.
else.
Speed it up.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey,
5,
put in the
6,
comment section what you're gonna
7,
pull
8,
out next.
9, 10, 12 chassis rails. Tape measure. A dual servo mount. A 2mm drive. My wallet. My shop keys and my Jeep keys. My sunglasses.
He's going all
Bottle of water
this.
and a cup of water. This is all on my left side and within reach.
I hope your right arm is too tired to reach what's over there.
There's not nearly much over here. I've got the front line, the hard line, a sticker sheet that I just set a truck down on top of, and a motorcycle.
It's everything
That's
that
about
was talked about last stream.
Yeah. What is the future of the 6th scale as far as Brazen goes, or as far as what I think the hobby's going to do? I would have thought that there'd be another 6th scale vehicle like the SCX6 out already.
There's gonna be the FCX6. This is what I hear.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
wish there were another
a big Bronco body like the Trexus.
Yeah. I wish there would have come out already a competitor for the SCX6. I love SCX6. It's one of my favorite RTRs I've ever owned. It still is. But I don't know. I wish more would come out. Geez, I thought my bench was cluttered. So it's not even really that cluttered. Like this table is not. There's not that much shit on this table, really.
I watched this show, Hoarding Buried Alive or something, and they said the same thing. My house actually isn't that cluttered. Is that controlled with the remote?
Yes. Like it's really not that bad.
Was that a can of old beans, half-eaten beans?
Yeah, it's old beans. Yeah. Um, so like I said, the table's really not in that bad of shape. Anyway, we were talking about 6 scales. There's not enough. There's not enough of it. There needs to be, whether that's there needs to be more parts available or more trucks available or more modifications to the trucks or something along those lines. I do think there needs to be more. We have hit the 30-minute mark on the Facebook stream, so we got to get rid of that one. So if you're watching on Facebook, jump over to YouTube.
I think I'm gonna buy a UDR and run that in an SCX6 class.
The UDR?
Yeah. What's the rules on this?
I don't know.
I want IFS and planetary rear axles.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put. Well, what do they put in there? The what's that putty you'd stick in the diffs?
Play-Doh.
There was like a hobby grade putty that I can't remember.
Well, yeah.
That was in the Yeti stuff and the Yeti forums.
Yeah. Now I can see what's on the floor under the bench. That's been my focus this week. With while I'm working, being cleaning, is that me within reaching distance? No, Zach, the Mini is not. It's really not in that many pieces either. I've got the skid and trans out of it, but otherwise it's a complete vehicle. Hardline rails now on my carbon FT straight axle build, and I tuck my front mount motor nicely behind the front axle with the higher skid. You need to send me pictures of that. I want to see how you've got that set up. I say I'm a borderline hoarder because I'll throw out a bunch every couple of months. Yeah, you let it all stack up, and then it goes away. I think another company needs to come out with a 6 scale to compete with Axial. Yep, I agree.
Who's gonna do it though?
Yeah, that's the question: is who's going to do it? Traxxas takes so long to manufacture that it doesn't surprise me that they haven't done it. But
I mean,
realistically, what other?
I think they're
realistically, what other companies could have done it?
They're taking full advantage of that 24 scale market.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's been what 2.5 years now, or a year and a half? It's been a year and a half since the SCX6 came out, or has it been 2?
It's been over 2.
I don't know.
Like they've had
at least 2 years.
2 years at Crawlapalooza.
That's right.
I don't even think I ran the SCX6 last year. After I swamped yours.
Oh, I forgot my batteries here.
Yeah.
I grabbed my lipo bag that had all my comp batteries, but I didn't have my ammo can that had big batteries, so I hauled an SCX6 all the way there for no reason.
It doesn't take up that much space.
In the back of a Jeep JK, it does.
It's basically the back seat.
It's basically the entire cargo area. It's the same size as the rear window of my JK. It's crazy.
Man, what's new this week?
Like I said, and not a whole lot. Just trying to catch up on some stuff. Trying to get ahead of things a little bit. I've been playing catch up for like 3 or 4 weeks now, I feel like, and I don't know. It seems like every time I get one project done, there's 3 more that have already stacked up on top of it. That it's like pretty wild.
Yeah, I think I'm all
That and the weather. The weather has kind of been like it got nice for a few days, which meant that my phone absolutely just rang off the hook for motorcycle stuff for like 3 days.
People, hey, my battery's dead.
Yeah, it was 70 degrees for 2.5 days, and people thought they needed to get their motorcycles out in February.
You can need an oil change.
When it was gonna, and it literally snowed the next day. Like one guy was like, "Man, it's 72 out. I want to go ride." I'm like, "It's gonna snow tonight, bro. Put your bike back in the garage." Ouch, Matt. That hurts. Crawl's better than your JK, also. Not wrong.
I'd like to see the.
Finally got. Go ahead.
I want to see that 6 scale do the waterfall in Disney.
Yeah. Finally got shocks for my ATL V2 with VFD twin. Nothing sits under the axle tubes at full bump. I did see pictures. You posted pictures in the fan page, I think. I started messing with Ford Ice, trying to figure out. Like, I want to do a Phoenix Ford Ice chassis set, but to do it and keep both the selectable overdrive and dig servos, you have to make new brackets and you have to figure out a way to mount those. So doing that, but I really like the sliders and the inner fenders and stuff on those trucks as like for trail truck stuff. They're pretty complicated, but I wish there was a way to make them work, make the stock stuff work on an aftermarket chassis that actually had enough benefit to make it worth swapping. You know what I mean? Like just swapping it to cut weight, just doing a carbon fiber replacement rail set, in my mind, is enough reason to do it. But how many people would want a chassis setup that gets rid of the creature comforts of those trucks, like the inner fenders and the built-in sliders, and the body mounts are integrated into all that stuff. So you have to go like all out or don't do it at all. So I think we need to kind of figure out whether that's something that a bunch of people want. My JK hasn't done the waterfall either. It definitely went farther than an SCX6 will. Next go, I'm not driving JK, or I'll haul it down. I won't feel so bad about it. Wheeling it with an 11-hour drive home, 12-hour drive home.
Yeah, no.
Like, I got to the point on the waterfall where, like, I think a little bit of a bump, it would have absolutely gone up it. But also there was, like, the risk wasn't worth it because I had to drive it home. And there was nobody at the top to winch off of if I got into a spot.
And no rock sliders.
I'm not super worried about that. Like, do I want to turn it into a raisin? No, not really. But, like, most of the slider options for JKs mount to, like, the body mounts on the bottom of the frame, or they mount to the pinch welds of the body. So, like, you're still going to swim up into the rock anyway. So, like, I don't know. Like I said, I don't really want to turn it into a raisin, but if I hit the rocker on something, I'm probably not going to be super upset as long as the door still closes. I'm more worried about, like, in the woods or something, or out in the rock in the B pillar between the doors.
Yeah.
That would be more annoying than anything, just because of, like, wind noise forever after that. You smash the B pillar in, and then wind comes in the front of the back door. And my luck, it would be right behind my ear. Like,
right behind the headrest.
Yeah. Me and a buddy are carpooling to Super Shafty Spring Shootout. in my Jetta wagon. We were going to run out of room quick. 6 Sorka trucks, 6 WRCCA trucks, and 2 6s plus luggage and tools. You are not going to have room in a Jetta for that. You guys are going to be snuggling in one seat in the front.
It is a wagon, maybe.
Yeah.
I'd get a Thule box or something for the top of that bad boy.
Yeah, put a box on the roof. Them little bumps can get sketchy. Yeah, so like where I got to on the waterfall, like it's spinning tires. It started sliding over a little bit, and like there's a pretty big drop on the ledges, and if it slid too far to the driver's side, you get in a spot where you can't back out of it. You're not gonna go far enough. You can't go far enough to where it would fall off the ledge and fall back down, but you get to a point where you can't back up in a smaller vehicle. Like Ultra 4 cars, they just back right back down it. They've got enough suspension travel or big enough tires, they just back down it. But you get to a point where you either go up or it's going to get real fast, and there was nobody at the top for me to winch off of if it got to that point. And it would have taken Wesley quite a while to get around up there in his Lexus, because you would have had to go all the way around over to Little Blue and then go through the woods and then across all that back to me.
Maybe 20 minutes. Maybe 20 minutes.
Yeah, but that's a long time to lay on your side.
Yeah. I do have rock sliders now. Hopefully I don't have to use them this weekend. I'm going to a Land Cruiser event out in Mason. I'll be out there from Thursday to Sunday. We'll see how the weather is, though. Maybe just Friday to Sunday. Again, I'll be really sad if I mess up and I can't open my doors. I'll be doing stuff.
Well, yeah, in a Lexus, that's
I can't find doors as easy.
No, JK doors are everywhere, but B
B
pillars are not. Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, out of the highway. I got no rockers. Let's go. Yeah, that's the way my Ram's getting. I don't have no rockers left on that thing either. Man, I washed. I took that truck through the car wash, the driving sign, and it blew all the paint off the rockers. And I found out that paint was the only thing that was on the rockers.
Oh,
like the entire driver's side, from like the middle of the front door all the way to the cab corner, is just gone. Like paint was the only thing that was left.
Whenever
and I was like, that's.
Whenever I think about like, maybe the Midwest wasn't so bad. I remember I start to look at like pictures of what my trucks look like, and it becomes unappealing again to go back up there.
Yeah. It's too bad, but that truck is 15 years old. It was a Canadian truck before I bought it, and it has 265,000 miles on it. So,
a lot of miles.
Am I like real upset about it? No, but at the same time, it looked a whole lot better before I drove it through a car wash.
Yeah.
Oh, totally off topic a little bit. It has to do with Oklahoma and the Jeep. Have you ever like forgotten about a cooler after a trip?
No. So people hate on buying Yetis because they're expensive, but you won't forget it because it's expensive.
Well, when I got back here from Oklahoma, I unloaded everything. I backed my Jeep up to the door and I unloaded everything. And one of the things I unloaded was my 12-volt cooler. It didn't have any food in it at all. It just had a couple of cans and a couple of water bottles and whatever. But when I unplugged it, it was cold. And it's been sitting inside my warm shop, which made condensation inside of it. I opened that cooler today when I was moving things around, and the smell that punched me in the face when I opened that cooler, I might have to just throw this cooler away. I'm going to try some bleach and water to clean it out with.
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe bleach or I don't know. I think bleach
It's
might be the only thing.
like I said, I didn't forget about it. I just didn't think about that. I knew it didn't have food in it. It never has food in it. I don't put food in that cooler. All I put is drinks in that cooler. But just the condensation and being sealed in there, it's pretty
Gross.
sciencey. It's
Put it in a bin. Set it to the side.
it's pretty sciencey. Like I think I'm just gonna take like a bucket of bleach water and like open the lid and dump a bucket of bleach water in there and just close the lid real fast and just shake it for a little bit and let it sit for a day before I
Nah.
Dexol, I don't know, or Detol, I don't know what that is, but
They,
I'll look it up.
they spelled diesel wrong.
Yeah,
Pour diesel in there.
they spelled fire incorrectly. It's a
Fire
real
pit.
weird way to spell throw it in the trash. Oh man. Well, yeah, I think we're going to go about 10 more minutes here. We want to talk about in the chat. Hopefully it's not nasty coolers. Throw a couple boxes of baking soda in there. It will absorb the smell. I don't know, man. It smelled pretty bad. Pine Sol, but medical. I'm just going to try bleach. There's a Dollar General down the road. I'll grab a bottle of bleach tomorrow. It's white inside. It'll be fine. So bad, though.
I don't know. You know what? Get it. Let's look.
I'm glad there wasn't food.
Let's have a look-see. Bring it over here.
Yeah. I can spin the camera around. It's right on the other side.
You already have it opened up. You're just going to turn the camera around and aim it down.
Nope. Nope.
We're going to see
Nope.
like a small, like, ecosystem.
If I were to leave it open, it would be outside. I'm not leaving it open inside my shop. I'm not doing. Nope. It's bad. Real bad. I need to try to find some parts for the truck. It's got strip gear in the transmission.
There's no help in that thing.
Or I could try to put an SCX24 trans in it or something. It's a pretty cool little truck. New springs. But one of the gears in the trans is broke or stripped. So it drives and then it locks the front axle up, and then it'll drive and then it locks the front axle up. Totally off topic. Anyone tried the carnivore diet? Down 16 pounds in 17 days. My friend Matt, further up the comments, was doing that. I don't know if he still is or not, but he was telling me about that a while back. Seemed to be working for him.
I just don't know long term what that does to your body.
I mean, it's not meant to be done long term.
There's this guy I work with. He'll go to like McDonald's and buy 3 patties, and he'll pay full burger price. He just gets the 3 patties, and that's his lunch. And I'm like, dude, that's terrible for you. He's like, it's part of my diet.
Yeah, I mean, I don't eat vegetables ever. I never have eaten vegetables, but I do eat bread and pasta and other shit that's not good, that doesn't go with the carnivore diet. Like, I like French fries and ketchup.
Yes.
I do. I like pretzels. Like, I don't know. Not the done for
Yeah.
me gout. Yeah, that'll do it.
So, Brett, I've been talking about trying to do some limited release at the beginning of each month, but the timing hasn't really been there. But I do have. I I could wait till April, I guess, but I don't know because I'm sitting on these gold anodized high-lows, and I got them right after. Uh, was it it was the beginning of March, so I couldn't hit that deadline. But I'm curious what everyone's thoughts is. I also have black anodized Leafer Pros, which I was gonna do like 2 months apart. But I feel like the group here would have some input on what I should do. I could throw them up, or I could save them for April. It won't be an April Fool's thing, I promise.
It could be. We could do that.
Yeah. April Fools, I'm late again.
Yeah.
And don't
Wait,
check
never
the
mind.
site
It's
right
going to be
now.
the 3rd or the 4th of the month instead. Sorry.
Don't look at the
Yeah,
site right now.
Yeah. So what do you guys think? Gold anodized high-lows or black anodized C1 Pro leafers, or both, or
The
neat?
gold's the gold's pretty cool. It looks like a bronze method wheel. Looks cool.
Yeah, it's one of those colors that's hard to take a picture of.
Yeah, no, we discussed this. I took a picture and it looks like a Cheeto. Looks like a lightning bolt Cheeto. I'm like, how do I get this?
Gonna have to do some photo editing to get it to be the right color.
Yeah. If the golds sell quick, maybe I'll do more, but I don't know. Those would be the only gold ones out there right now. I got 5 sets. Yeah. I'm counting over there. Thank you.
Post them on the first to see if anyone thinks it's a joke.
Yeah.
Or like we could put them on the website and make a post about them that's just like some astronomical price, but the actual price is actually on the website.
Yeah.
But like make Facebook go nuts, post them for like $450 or something like that.
But the site, you post them, we'll put them on the site at that price. I'll screenshot it, and then we'll relist the price at like the normal price.
Yeah.
We'll just say 24 karat gold.
Yeah.
Anodizing.
Why is the panhard bar always mounted / angled the same way? Is it an industry standard or is there science involved? Well, typically you need the panhard bar to be chassis mounted on the same side as the steering. So like in a 1-to-1, in a left-hand drive vehicle, the steering box is on the left side of the vehicle. So you need the panhard bar to be chassis mounted on the left side of the vehicle. We just kind of use that in the hobby because it's common. Most of the axles that are intended to be used with a panhard are set up with the axle side mount on the passenger side. If there were an axle to be manufactured that had the mount on the driver's side, you would have to use a dual servo mount that you could mount the steering servo on the other side of the chassis and have a panhard mount that you can mount on the other side of the chassis. So you would have to have very specific parts to change it from one side to the other. They can't be opposite each other because the geometry just doesn't geometry. They have to be in the same angle, in the same, going from the same direction to the same direction. Not that there's really science involved, it's what's common. We heard you like purple, so we anodized our high-low in gold. You're not wrong, Tom.
Yeah.
Speaking of Tom, different Tom, but my buddy here, Tom Paramount Metal Fab, got his laser fired up today for the first time. Got some test cutting done on it today. He's got his the company he purchased it from is here training him on all that stuff. So his spray has been up and running for like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks now, and his laser is up and running today. So that's cool. Have another local laser source. If anybody needs any laser cutting done or laser cutting quoted, I can in touch with the guy that you need to get in touch with. I'm sure he'd love to have the work because he's got an expensive machine sitting on his shop floor now.
Does that shop do that kind of work, or is that just like a wild hair?
Well, he's been using a plasma table and a big hydraulic press brake, but plasma tables are only so detailed, and the things he was doing could have benefited from a laser. Definitely need versus plasma, and then press brake. To do different bends for different parts, you had to manually adjust the back gauge. So like you slide the part into a stop, and then the part gets bent. However, well, you have to adjust this back stop for end. With the CC, it automatically adjusts the back stop per part, and you can set up different stations all along the. I think it's 10 foot long. You can set up different stations along the 10 feet. So you just kind of
feed the part in.
You can either move along the length of the table as you go, or you can set up each station, I believe, as its own individual thing. So you can kind of leave stuff set up a little bit if you got custom tooling for something. But if you need to bend something that's the full table length, then you'll have to tear that down. But yeah.
Cool.
So, but it'll be nice for him being able to not have to specific setups and just general cleanup of the parts when they're cut too. Laser cutting is a lot more finished. Not that every part is 100% finished when it comes off the laser, but it definitely is more finished than a plasma.
Yeah, for sure.
So anyway, a couple more minutes here, two or three more minutes here, and we'll get off. We'll try to convince Wesley what to do with his chassis here in the next couple days.
I'll give people a heads up, but I might just hold on to them right now. The only other
could go Friday the 15th.
Well, I'm thinking about would people
or
just want the chassis?
April 1st is a Monday.
Yeah.
I think it'd be better to sell it as a kit. So until the end of the week when I've got skids made, I'll have skids made by the end of the week, and then can get skids down to you pretty quick, and then just do it as a kit instead.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Because that's all I need. I got brace, the front tray, and carbon fiber. Yeah, that was another thing I had. It took some time because when I got these, I was like, well, I can't have gold aluminum anodized and silver aluminum trays. So I had Brett here cut some carbon fiber goodies that look pretty good with the gold. So yeah, I'll just wait for some skids and I'll build one, take pictures of it. I think we'll go that route, but that'll probably be, I guess maybe like Friday. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see when that stuff gets here.
Yeah.
And then I'll dump it on.
That's not going to happen. We're not. Yeah, not shaving my beard. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, we're bored. Let's shave your beard.
I did cut 5 inches off my beard actually the other day.
It is
It's
shorter.
short.
That's what's different.
Pretty short.
That's what's
Cut
different.
5 inches off of it.
I couldn't put my beard on it. I mean, my finger on it.
Yeah, yeah, couldn't put my finger on my beard anymore. Weird. To the point where like one night I was laying. Yeah, I was laying in bed and like I went to turn my head and I was laying on my beard and I couldn't turn my head. I'm like, God dang it! So yeah, cut 5 inches off it the other day.
Beard punzel.
Yeah. So, I guess it's time to get out of here. I'm not even going to recognize Theron's comment because he's just poking the bear.
I would say it's
time to get out of here for the night.
Theron, that joke would have been too soon a year ago.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I started on that batch of wheels, and then I decided I wanted to redesign them. So I've got a bunch of pieces of wheels that I'm not going to use, unfortunately, because that part of the wheel got redesigned. So
yeah.
Anyway.
Well, thanks y'all for joining. I believe my eyeballs are gonna fall out of my head.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging out with us for a 1-hour stream
Yeah.
tonight. Our Brazen Wheel's the new Ripper 2. No, the Ripper 2 is in progress. The Brazen Wheels are
further along. Oh,
yeah,
man.
they've actually started machining those. I have not, so they're a little further along than I am.
Oh, what the heck?
Well, whatever. So
It's not fun
thanks.
when you roast yourself. It takes the fun out of it.
Hey, you can't make fun of yourself. You're trying too hard, so
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Anywho.
All right. Yeah, we're gonna click the get out of here button, and I'm gonna get out of here. So thanks everybody for checking in. See you on the next one.
Later.